Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Autumn
and Victoria,
bringing you your morning announcements
on WDMS News.
Today is November 28, 2017, A-Day. Today in history.
Here's a look at this day in history. November 28th.
In 1942, almost 500 people were killed in a blaze at the Coconut Grove nightclub in Boston. It remains the deadliest nightclub fire in American history. In 1964, the U.S. spacecraft Mariner 4, launched on a flyby of the planet Mars, provided the first ever close-up images of another planet. In 1995, the federal speed limit of 55 miles an hour was repealed. Today, states set their own limits. And in 1519, Ferdinand Magellan found a passage from east to west. After sailing for a year, his fleet found a narrow passage at the southern tip of South America. After inching through it for 38 frigid days, they arrived in the Pacific. The shortcut was named the Strait of Magellan. And that's this day in history.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the DMS Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I am safe, I am respectful, and I am responsible at Dundalk Middle School and in my community.
Please be seated.
Let's get a check on the weather from Charlie.
It was 34 degrees this morning. It will be mostly sunny today, and we can expect a high of 58 degrees this afternoon. Here's the weather for the remainder of the week. Oh, I'm back now. Here it is. Now for the sports report. The Ravens kept their dream alive of going to the playoffs. They beat the Texans last night, and they are now looking forward to the Lions, to hopefully beating the Lions at the M&T Bank Stadium. Well, now back to Victoria and Autumn.
Thanks, Charlie. Remember to place your water bottles in the empty water bottles in the water bottle recycling bin in the cafeteria.
Here's Charlie to share a book review.
Into the Land of the Unicorns begins with Kara walking home from the public library with her grandmother. Her grandmother is acting a bit strange. She keeps looking over her shoulder. Kara turns around to look, but she doesn't see anything out of the ordinary. She thinks her grandma has lost her senses. So then her grandmother pulls her into a church and hides under the church pew. She signals Kara to stay quiet. Kara wonders if her grandmother has lost her senses when she hears a man come in the door. He looks around and begins to look under every church pew. Kara realizes that her grandmother knows something that she does not. Then her grandmother points to another door. They run for the door, but they are totally disappointed when they realize it only goes up to the church tower. They have no choice but to climb the tower steps, because he is chasing them. When they get to the top, Kara's grandmother takes her locket off and shoves it into Kara's hands and tells her to jump off the tower. Now Kara really thinks her grandmother lost her senses. Cuckoo! But she has never let her down in the past, so she jumps. And when she lands, she figures it's not as hard as she suspected. She realizes that she landed in leaves, with only cobblestones surrounding the church. Kara has arrived in the Land of the Unicorns. But can she figure out how to get back to her world, and will her grandmother be okay? Stop by the library to find out. Look at the cover. It is pretty. Pretty. Now back to them.
Do you like to read? Do you like pizza and cake? If you read 3 or more of the Maryland Black-Eyed Susan nominated books by this spring, you will be invited to pizza lunch in the library. If you want help in reading these books or just want to read with others, join us in the library after school on Wednesdays beginning this Wednesday, November 29th. Stop by the library to pick up a permission slip to stay after school.
The book fair is over. However, if you missed purchasing something that you wanted, there's a link on our school webpage to shop online for the book fair items until November 30th. Words of wisdom. Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Victoria with a few words of wisdom. We all want to feel like we belong. That's what's great about joining a school club or participating in sports. We become part of a team, a group. Now listen to these words from 16th century French philosopher Michel de Montaigne. The greatest thing in the world is to know how to belong to oneself. To belong simply means to be connected with. Sometimes we get so busy with school, friends, and television, we lose touch with ourselves. We don't take time to simply sit, be quiet, and get in touch with our thoughts, feelings, and dreams. Today, take a few moments to be with yourself. You may be better company than you realize. With something to think about, this is Victoria. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. Now here's Mr. Barish.
Good morning, Team DMS. Very excited this Friday to recognize and celebrate all of our students who earned honor roll and principals list for the first quarter. Mods 1 and part into Mod 2 will be celebrating you and your academic excellence. We're excited to see you and your family members for our first quarter honor roll breakfast. Students, you all can earn honor roll for the second quarter. It starts with bringing your A game each and every day. Excellent attendance, a positive attitude, and apply yourself. And as part of Team DMS, we'll do whatever it takes to educate and inspire you to become a globally competitive graduate. Not only successful in school, but also in life. Now back to Charlie and Autumn. Have an awesome Tuesday.
This is Victoria.
I said Charlie.
And Autumn reminding you to have a terrific Tuesday.